The 10 plagues, as described in the Bible, refer to a series of divine punishments inflicted upon ancient Egypt by God, as narrated in the book of Exodus. According to the biblical account, these plagues were unleashed by God through Moses, who served as the messenger and leader of the Israelites seeking liberation from Egyptian slavery. The plagues were intended to demonstrate God's power and compel the Pharaoh to release the Israelites. Water turned to blood. Moses, at God's command, struck the Nile River with his staff, causing the water to transform into blood. The fish died, and the river became undrinkable. Frogs. The land of Egypt was infested with an overwhelming number of frogs, which invaded houses, beds, and even the Pharaoh's palace. Lice or gnats. The dust of Egypt was turned into swarms of biting insects, commonly interpreted as lice or gnats, which plagued both humans and animals. Flies. The country was plagued by an abundance of flies or wild animals, which brought further distress and annoyance to the Egyptians. Livestock diseased. God afflicted all the livestock in Egypt, killing the cattle, horses, donkeys, sheep, and camels belonging to the Egyptians. However, the animals belonging to the Israelites were spared. Boils. A painful and contagious skin disease broke out on humans and animals, causing severe discomfort and suffering. Hail and thunderstorms. A devastating hailstorm rained down upon Egypt, accompanied by thunder and lightning. The hail destroyed crops, trees, and anything left in the open. Locusts. Enormous swarms of locusts invaded Egypt, devouring all the remaining vegetation and crops that had survived the hailstorm. Darkness. The entire land of Egypt was engulfed in impenetrable darkness for 3 days. Egyptians were unable to see or move during this time, while the Israelites had light in their dwellings. Death of the firstborn. The most severe plague. God struck down every firstborn son in Egypt, from the Pharaoh's palace to the homes of the common people. However, the Israelites were instructed to mark their doorposts with lamb's blood so that their households would be spared. These plagues gradually intensified in severity, culminating in the tragic loss of life during the final plague. The 10 plagues ultimately led to the Pharaoh's reluctant decision to release the Israelites, who were then liberated from slavery and began their journey toward the Promised Land under Moses' leadership. The story of the 10 plagues remains a significant event in biblical history, symbolizing God's power and deliverance of the Israelites from bondage.